Hi, my name is Mark Olives, and today I'd like to give you just a couple quick weightlifting tips. I get asked all the time, how many sets should I do, how many reps should I do, and that type of thing, and I tell them it's very important that you do approach weightlifting from a very scientific standpoint. It's not rocket science, but there are ways that you're going to be more successful than not. And we certainly don't want to have you go into all the trouble of exercising and not accomplish anything and not achieve the maximum you can when you're at the gym doing some hard work. So fundamentally, I tell people right off the bat, whether you're male or female, you want to keep your repetition range, the number of times you perform an activity. You want to keep that around an 8 to 12 repetitions. Now you can go higher, but then you're training more endurance into the muscle, which isn't going to give you the results that you want. If you go lower, that will certainly make you stronger, but then you start also risking the risk of injury because you're dealing with heavier weights. The research shows 8 to 12 repetitions is the most beneficial for generating both strength and power in the muscle. So that's where I tend to keep people. You also want to remember that 8 to 12 repetitions should be something that kind of by the time you hit that last rep, you're thinking, I don't know that I got a lot left in me. If you're doing 8 to 12 and then you take like a 3-second rest in between sets and you jump out and you do another 8 to 12, you are not using a sufficient weight. This is not going to be beneficial to you, and essentially you're kind of wasting your time. So keep that in mind. And then as a simple idea of how many sets or how many different exercises you should do for a body part, generally speaking, I'd say 6 to 8 different sets of exercises for your bigger or your smaller muscle groups, like your biceps, your triceps, your calves, and more like 12 or so sets for your big muscle groups like your legs, your chest, your back. When you do that type of an activity, that will generate the best results. However, keep in mind, that should be your end goal. Same thing with even the repetitions that I just mentioned. If you're really struggling right off the bat and you do 12 sets of something for a big muscle group, you're going to be ridiculously sore, and you're likely to get hurt, and you're likely to quit because it's just going to be too difficult. So start slowly. That should be something, or the terms that I just gave you should be something you're working up to probably over the course of like a year. Give yourself some time to build up to these things, and that will help ensure that you're more successful. I hope this gives you some general parameters. Thanks.